This is a self-healing practice for our central nervous system. And if you have a glass of water, it's a good idea to first just infuse your water with gratitude and acknowledgement. The role that water is, that is the source of life. Just with that gratitude to infuse the water and then allowing that to come into your own central nervous system with a nice gulp before we begin. So we'll begin with the grounding. Make sure that you're in a comfortable seat. And you're welcome to close your eyes. And begin by just simply noticing your breath. Noticing the inhale and the exhale. And this ever constant dance of reciprocity, of receiving with our in-breath and offering with our out-breath. With our breath being located where our lungs are, each round of breath is impacting our heart space. So with an in-breath, we hug our heart. So our breath being connected to our heart, our blood, the circulation. Our breath being connected to how the waters within move and circulate. Our breath connected to this undulating movement between our sacrum and our brain through the cerebral spinal fluid. So we welcome this awareness of our breath and how it is connecting to all these different places within. And connect to the ground underneath you, supporting body here and now in gravity through the support of gravity as the great unifier of belonging, connecting more deeply into this current now, this space, this body, this place, on this land, and acknowledging where you are located. That same reverence with the water that we drank is the reverence of the land that is supporting our body, connecting us to the land that we are on right now. And the intelligence, the wisdom of the land, the earth. It's from this ground we can start to lift our spine up towards the sky a little bit. So the more we root down through our ground, like the roots growing, then the tendrils of a plant can reach up towards the sun at the same time. So we're going to practice that with our breath as the central axis around our heart, With each inhale, we draw energy into our heart space. As we exhale, we're both rooting down and lifting up at the same time. As we inhale, draw energy in towards the heart. You can imagine this place illuminating with light. And then exhale, that light travels down the spine and up the spine at the same time. Might go a little bit further this time. As we inhale, drawing in light through our heart. Exhale, root and rise at the same time, down and up our spine, rooting maybe even down into the pelvis, getting up towards the bottom of the brain. Inhale, drawing energy in towards our center, towards our heart center. Exhale, grounding and rising. Rooting all the way now through the legs, all the way up through the head. And continuing with this breath, and you can decide how far, how deep do you want to ground, and how high do you want to reach. So you can go all the way to the center of Earth. You can go all the way up to your own unique star in the cosmos. But you can also keep it more contained. So I'm going to not guide this part, just continue with this breath. Inhale, draws in energy through the heart. Exhale, following this vertical line up and down the spine and rooting and rising as far as your unique body feels comfortable. We'll do another 3 rounds of breath, staying with the in breath to the heart, out breath up and down, vertical line. Now we'll bring our hands together in front of our heart space and imagine, still with our breath, that we're illuminating and drawing in this light into our heart. And then as we exhale, now we're infusing this ball of light between our hands. And this light is coming from Source, directly from Source, divine love. I see a golden light, but you can decide if it's a different color, and trust what your imagination and what your intuition is showing you. And as we're molding this ball of light between our hands, we're infusing it with our intention to have this light, this healing energy go into our central nervous system and bring in the right balance and healing and alignment for our body. And if you want to infuse any other intention into this ball of light for your own self-healing, you are absolutely welcome to do that now. Now we'll place this ball of healing source light energy above our head. You can bring your hands to your side, and this ball is just slowly hovering and doing a gentle spin above our crown, getting the information needed for our own self-healing in our central nervous system. For this moment, in this body, for the highest timeline, highest healing, for the highest good of all. Now that ball of healing energy starts to trickle down and into the space of our brain, traveling along the pathways of the cerebral spinal fluid, going into the ventricles, starting with the outer part of the brain, the cerebellum, traveling into our midbrain, our mammalian brain, traveling down into our ancient brain, the amygdala, the brainstem. And you're welcome to bring your hands to any area of your head to support the direction of this energy. And that could look like actually touching your head or having your hands a little bit on the outside of your head, and to feel that heat and golden, or whichever color your healing energy is doing that internal alignment and healing on all layers of our brain, the right and left hemisphere, the corpus callosum that connects the two, bringing in balance to our vestibular system for balance and how we hear, receive sound, the waters of our inner ear, bringing in balance to the pineal gland so we can bring in deep, deep dreaming and rest and sleep and connection with our spirit self. Bringing in healing to the pituitary gland, our internal visions, our insight, our intuition. Also, this way of transferring through so many messengers through hormones in this gland to the rest of our body. Bringing in balance and energy to the occipital lobes for our sight, our vision. All the different ways that our brain processes information, receives information, integrates information, bringing that into our own self-healing. Releasing old, outdated thought forms and belief systems, if you are consenting to that healing. Any of the ways we have had harmful thoughts leak into our central nervous system or have generated any harmful thoughts, releasing those. About ourself, our body, or others. Bringing in that balance to the brain stem, the pons, and the balance traveling now down our spinal cord. So all the ways that our senses are translated through our spine, through the spinal column, through the central spinal column, the cerebral spinal fluid traveling all the way from our brain down, and this travels through our throat. So all the way that the sensory of our throat and our voice and our vibration and sound, bringing in that balance. This central nervous system column travels through our higher heart and then through our heart space, bringing in that balance through our viscera of our gut, our sense of self and our own personal power, and it travels through all underneath the enteric nervous system, the brain inside our gut, and all the intelligence there, and it travels down past our all the different organs, through our creative centers, reproductive centers, elimination centers, and travels down through our sacrum and our very base of our spine. So bringing in that healing source, love, energy all the way down this central vertical line of our spine, our spinal column, the fluids within there, the cerebral spinal fluid, all the way to the very base of our spine. And now this will be a time for you to listen to your own central nervous system. If there are any other places to spend a little more time in and send more of this healing energy to, I will not guide this part, and allow your own body's wisdom to guide you. And completing with a few more rounds of breath. our hands together in front of the heart once again, molding this ball of energy, of source healing energy. Now we're going to place this ball down into the earth and intending it to go into the land to also heal, to also be an offering for this sacred soil that we're upon, to the mountains and the waters within the mountains. So that we may all come into right relationship within our bodies, within our great earth body. And then we'll place that ball down, even if you're inside, and intend it to go through and as an offering to the land. And then we'll bring our hands together in front of our heart and rub. Place your hands over your eyes and open your eyes and slowly trickle your fingers down the face and drinking in the light and the space that you're in once again. If you have your glass of water, enjoy another sip, infusing that with that same gratitude. Thank you. Allowing that water to then travel and connect and soothe all that self-healing that just happened. May this practice serve you and your central nervous system to come back to this alignment of our verticality, rooting down and rising up right here from our heart space, so that we can connect to those inner visions, insights, and at the same time just be grounded and holding that vision like a mountain. Thank you so much for practicing along. Have a beautiful rest of your day.